I want to preface this with, it's not like I took my mother from like the most wonderful life in Massachusetts, okay? That was not the case. Her so-called friends from church, they, they weren't picking her up to go to church. They weren't going to. They were not going to, okay? One tried it like one time, and you have to be responsible for her, and they had to push her around in one of those transport chairs, and you know what I mean? It wasn't happening, okay? But I didn't take her against her will. The thing is, if she had refused to go, which would have been a nightmare for me after all of that, and we have, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't have been able to force her, okay? The bottom line is, she's unable to accept reality. She's lost her fucking mind. And you can add the horror I experienced today to my long lifetime list of traumas. Okay? It's getting closer and closer to where I'm like, is it gonna be her or me? You know? The verdict is just still out. It's like it's anybody's guess. Is it gonna be her or me that ends up, bad? This is just too much. It's too much. It's too much. I thought I was seeing a ghost. I just happened to hear a noise. And it wasn't a noise like I thought she fell. Basically what I thought I was gonna walk into was her coming out in her wheelchair from the living room. That would have upset me bad enough. But when I saw her standing there 10 feet away from her wheelchair, and now because I know the truth of what happened, and because I told everybody in Massachusetts, of course I did, if something horrific's inevitably going to happen to my mom, I'm not having anybody think that it's under my control in any way whatsoever. It isn't. She's safe in her wheelchair. If she stays in it and doesn't try to walk like she's fucking Jesus or something, like she's been healed by a one of those, you know, evangelical pastors or whatever, one of those. She she doesn't know why she did it. She said God told her to walk. Does that sound familiar? Remember that happened back in Massachusetts? Is this worse? Yes. When it happened in Massachusetts, it was in the manufactured home. It was a smaller bedroom, and she didn't have as much distance to go, and there were things to hold on to. This was different. I found her standing in the middle, just holding on to nothing, and my coming out there and startling her could have thrown her off her feet, and I could have witnessed her go down and smash her head and die, or you know. She was okay, in quotations, a few months ago. Okay, when all that went down. It was from a shorter distance, a much shorter distance than if you're standing up. Okay? Falling off of the bed, and then it was like, it's not even like, it's not like you're falling backwards, it's not like you're falling from a standing position. If she falls from a standing position, she's going to end up seriously hurt or dead. There's no question of that. Okay? Another broken hip, another brain bleed, another, you know what I mean? And things can happen at any time that aren't your fault. Like the cardiologist was saying, and it could be one wrong move and you fall. Like he was addressing somebody who's going to behave rationally, and you still, but I could fall too. We all could fall, okay? But she can't walk, and she stood up from her wheelchair and walked. Oh. Now, when she's gotten up out of bed and into the wheelchair, I've been sad and heartbroken and upset. When she stands up at the toilet, which I think I've nipped that in the bud from now on. I grab the toilet paper, and so she can realize she's not doing that intentionally. Like I think she's just not thinking, and she's thinking I'm gonna stand up and wipe myself because that's what I've always done in my life, whatever. So we nip that in the bud, hopefully, because she finds no toilet paper. As long as I remember to grab the toilet paper, there could be one time that I'm totally exhausted and I forget to grab it, and anything can happen. Okay, the thing is, I try to be proactive. I try to nip things in the bud. And now I'm getting from her that I'm the Gestapo and she doesn't want to live with me and she's going to contact this person or that person. And thinking that she can live alone and thinking she can. I know I can't live alone. I'll have a roommate. Mom, she doesn't want to accept the reality that she needs 24/7 care. Okay? She doesn't want to accept the reality I'm the only reason she's still breathing, let alone the only reason that she's not in a nursing facility, a nursing home for good. Okay? She doesn't want to accept that. Of course, her life's not great. Okay? She has zero ability to just appreciate what she does have. You know, most 79-year-olds who can't walk and have had repeated trips to the ER where they've nearly died and been hooked up to ventilators in ICU and artificial nutrition, hydration, and have heart going down to 20% pumping and are on all these meds, their life's not that great, okay? I bend over backwards to try to give her a really good quality of life, and I just get shit on by her. Completely. And that's all fine and good as long as she keeps herself safe. But when she stops keeping herself safe, then it's up for debate who's gonna go first. Like it's gonna be me or her. She was talking to her friend in Massachusetts again, the friend who's been in and out of mental hospitals herself. The friend who, I'll say my mom's lost mine, and the friend will be like, yeah, I feel like I'm losing mine. So I texted the friend while my mom was on the phone with her. Okay? Because I heard my mom going on and on about how she needs to get away from me, and she has a secret stash of $1 million, and she's doing this and doing that, and then I hear the friend say, "Hey, you are right." So I had a back and forth with the friend, and again, this is one who's been in and out of mental hospital, okay? But she still has the wherewithal to try to comfort me. Still doesn't understand though. what we had a back and forth. Of course, my mother wasn't aware of it. I think she's happy to have you in your life. She's not. She doesn't appreciate anything. She's ungrateful, and now she's putting herself in danger. My mother's mind has snapped. Name of her friend. There's nothing I can do but cry. 8:35 p.m. I'm sorry, I know it must be scary for you. Yeah, it's an understatement. Then she said, I'll feel like my mind is gone. I'll keep in touch with Name and my mom. Hopefully she gets better. Then I wrote, maybe she'll kill me like she casually mentioned to me today, and my ongoing, never-ending living nightmare will finally be over for good. And she wrote she didn't mean it. At least she isn't in the hospital anymore. I'm sure she didn't mean it. It's not about her meaning it. At least she's not in the hospital anymore. She could be fighting for her life so easily right now. She stood up from the wheelchair and walked 10 feet holding on to nothing. But I did, Mom, you could have fallen, but I didn't fall. It's no. And then she's like, I'll never do it again. You've done it before, but few and far between, Mom. But I didn't fall. God saved me. God did not save you. If God saved you from falling, then but God let you break your hip in Massachusetts, and God let you fall a few months ago and have a brain bleed. No? She's in the hospital anymore, and why can't she appreciate that? Because she's not able to. She's unhappy with her life and doesn't understand that so many people are in the same boat. And I bend over backwards to, and all she does is tell me what to do. I have to tell you what to do. And the fact you're unable to recognize that is because you're insane. You're delusional. I have no choice but to quote unquote, quote, tell you what to do, unquote. Anybody in my shoes would be exactly the same. If she has a caregiver, which I can't do that now. There's no way. I wouldn't risk it. I wouldn't do that to a stranger. So I don't matter. Like I said, it's anybody's guess who's gonna, I don't get to get this checked out. I don't give a fuck about pap smear. If I wanted to get these checked out, I don't get to do that. I don't feel comfortable. Maybe she'll get better. I don't see her snapping out of this. She's going to end up seriously injured or dead if she walks holding on to nothing when she can't walk without a walker, wheelchair, or person to assist her. That is reality. You just want me in a wheelchair. No, I don't. I got you more therapy sessions with your physical therapist. And maybe even with the occupational therapist. But I definitely, physical therapist feels like it's a good shot. He came today as like a reevaluation thing, and he's trying to, I thought he was going to get like a couple more something. He's trying to get like 6 or 7 more. It's like double thing. But again, in Massachusetts, they did double every single week without fail. That adds up to the same, so that's probably why he thinks he might be able to get it. But he might not. But she didn't do well today. She knew it. I told him because I was like, I didn't say what had happened about her saying she could see dead people. Of course, I didn't do that to her. I wouldn't. I mean, not to him, but I did say, because she said, I know I'm not doing that great today. And he's like, you're entitled to be. And I said, yeah, she didn't sleep well. I said that right away. And then I told him the truth when it was midway in, and he could see that she was off. I don't know what he reckoned, because she was asking him personal questions, inviting him and his family to come for dinner and all that. And she never did that in all these 2 months that he's known her. She's been wonderful. And I know he has not seen her like that, but she held her own, but you could tell. He's like, but he came later in the day, which he'd never done before. We could attribute it to that, her being more tired, more exhausted. But no, I said to him that she had a good friend, her former roommate from the nursing home. She got a double whammy on Sunday where she found out that woman dropped dead, and you know, she's dead, and my mom can't handle it. Surprise, surprise. And then, and also, again, a friend had a kid, a younger than me kid, who does all the health stuff, like big time health stuff, and would never imagine. I told Joe about him. Joe would be the same. Like, no way I have cancer. There's no way. But he's dead, and he has a family. And I called to say about my mom needing comfort with her friend who died, because my mom is very fragile and she can snap and have a nervous breakdown. She can't deal with reality at all, let alone having a good friend of hers like die. And I had to hear him say, yeah, my son, oh my God, I'm so sorry. It happened fast. He wasn't going to go the traditional route like my aunt did, but my aunt dragged on for 18 months, and she was not, you know, it was really, really, really difficult. Okay, it was awful having whatever the whole 9 years, chemo and radiation and stints all the time, and you know, so she held on for her family. Her family wasn't ready to let her go. But in the end, she basically was wasting away to nothing and in pain all the time. And yeah, make sure she has something to walk with. I agree. She's supposed to stay there where I put her and stay. She cannot have free reign of this house. She's not even supposed to walk with a walker on her own. That is reality. Sorry. That's the rules. So now she thinks she can have freedom if she goes somewhere else. There's nobody else that's going to take her in. She's delusional. She thinks she's going to go back to Massachusetts. It's not happening. She can't just decide to walk. She's unsteady on her feet. It's a miracle she didn't fall today and smash her head, break her hip, or even possibly die. You're right, she has to be careful. I think she's happy to have you in her life. She doesn't act like it. I don't think she is. I don't have a smartphone, obviously, and I never will. I don't want one. But anybody with a smartphone can be talking on the phone with one person and be getting and answering texts at the same time. I know about that, even though I don't experience it with my own phone or even ever. I'm aware of that, though. Worried I'm gonna die. I don't want it. I sent this to a couple of people in Massachusetts, the ones I communicate with more than others, you know, from my mom's church. To so-and-so, my mom's on phone. Oh, this is to, I said this to, this is to so-and-so, my mom, who my mom's on phone with talking crazy to right now. My mother's mind has snapped. Nothing I can do but cry. And then maybe she'll kill me, like she casually mentioned to me today. My ongoing, never-ending living nightmare will finally be over for good. She can't just decide to walk. She's unsteady on her feet. It's a miracle she didn't fall today and smash her head, break her hip, or even possibly die. earlier, I sent a whole bunch to me from my mom's phone because I texted everybody from my mother's phone. Can my mom just snap out of this shit? I don't know. Oh no. Probably not. It's heartbreaking. To that woman whose mom, to so-and-so, your mom died peacefully in her sleep. I'm trapped in an increasingly worth living nightmare where my mom's insane mind is going to inevitably cause her to end up horrifically injured or dead right in front of my eyes. Just sent this to everyone I know who knows my mom. I have to shower. I haven't in 2 weeks. She's going to end up hurt or dead. There's nothing I can do. Maybe I'll die instead. Maybe that's where this ongoing horror show has been inevitably leading all along. She was in her wheelchair in the living room watching movies she loves. I was nice enough to put on for her. I was in my room on my PC. I heard a noise, ran out there, and saw my mom standing 10 feet away from her wheelchair. She doesn't know why she did that, which means it could too easily happen again. She can't walk, yet decided to walk across our hardwood floors where just now I could have beyond easily found her brain splattered from her falling from a standing position. Not like you're sitting and you reach and you fall out of your wheelchair like she's done. I did a few times here before, the horror struck with the brain bleed from the bed and all that. Like when she broke her hip in Massachusetts where she fell on a rug, not in a far more potentially deadly for anybody who falls from a standing position hardwood floor. She fell fast asleep, but that doesn't mean that it's gonna change. She's talking about flying somewhere, meeting her boyfriend, doing something like that, but she's out of control. I don't think she's gonna snap out of it. That would be a miracle. So I did shower, but it was terror shower. Again, if I can't trust my mom to keep herself safe, if I can't put her safely watching her favorite movie in the living room and expect her to do the normal, rational, same thing, call me when you have to pee. But she says, I don't know why I did it, I fell asleep, and it's cheating, it's cheating. That's what she's going to blame anything on, okay? But anyway, she's hating me because she wants to pretend everything's fine. That's all. That's all it is. She's hating me because she wants to pretend everything's fine. And she doesn't want to hear it when I'm like, do you understand? You can't get up and walk. You want to keep me in a, no, you can't walk. If you wanted to try to not, like Joe says, you use a cane or something, you practice. But even that, they're not, no one's gonna, but you can't just decide to get up and walk when you can't walk. I can walk with the walker. With the walker you can walk, not without anything at all. Living fucking nightmare. I don't, unless you've ever experienced anything similar, you can't even fathom it. You can't fathom it. It's murdering me. The other stuff that she's done without even thinking, whatever is, heartbreak, killing me, whatever. This is fucking annihilating me. When I saw her standing there, I thought I was seeing things. And then, of course, I'm like, what are you doing? That's an instant reaction on my part. I'm not going to be all calm and collected. Hey, oh, so you decided to just get up. That's not going to happen. I'm human. And me being startled could have caused her to go off balance and fall right in. But and no, I cannot handle it. I can't. It's horrifying. It's killing me. I took a fucking shower not knowing if I'd come out to horror. I go to bed at night now not knowing if it's gonna be horror. If I'm gonna hear the crash, like. I understand the whole thing, the biblical sex things you can't change. I'm not able to. Like I said, it's a crapshoot now. If something bad's gonna happen to me before something bad happens to her. It's a crapshoot. Seriously. This is just too much. It's fucking too much. It's an ongoing, living fucking nightmare with no end. No end. It's hard enough when someone that age, they can accidentally fall. And it's scary. But it's not an accident if you can't walk without a walker and you decide to just walk. What was she? She wasn't thinking. She was out of her mind crazy. Just like when she was, like Joseph, when she was trying to get up out of the bed repeatedly, whatever. He's like, she's not even awake. Well, if she